Power Rangers franchise recently just celebrated it. Hold up. Nah, we gotta fix this. Wild access! Ha! Much better. The Power Ranger franchise recently just celebrated 30 years of high-flying action, following the multicolor adventures of different teams of teenagers and adults with attitude. I decided to make this channel because, just like you hopefully watching this video, I love Power Rangers and can't get enough of it. Now this channel isn't solely for tokusatsu content, no. I'm also gonna use the channel to share anime and manga content, but we'll get there when we get there. For now, it's morphin' time. And having just turned 30 myself, what better way to kick this channel off than combing through every single season of Power Rangers to choose my top 10 favorite Power Rangers of all time. With over 140 Rangers representing Mighty Morphin through Cosmic Fury, believe me when I say that was no easy feat. So sit back, relax, grab some snacks, and let's unravel my top 10 favorite Power Rangers of all time.
Let's go!
Starting this list off strong comes to us from the year 2025, which, now that I'm thinking about it, is next year. Give it up for Bridge Carson, the green, blue, then red SPD Ranger. How can you not like Bridge? He's such a delight in every scene that he's in. And for as smart as he is, there's a few screws loose, and I'm all for it. When I do eventually do a video discussing my favorite seasons, SPD will rank pretty up there, thanks in no small part to Bridge. I wonder though, why does his hand do that weird thing when he says buttery? Buttery. Buttery. But
let's go!
Next on the list is another fellow Green Ranger, RPM's own fast-talking, lovable coward, Ziggy Grover. I can't think of another season darker than RPM. We have mankind's last stand in a post-apocalyptic world, severe trauma imposed on the cast because of said apocalypse, and honestly a heartbreaking story about separated siblings turned into weapons. But where's the fun? Well, aside from the big-eyed Zords, Ziggy brings the laughs in an otherwise dismal world. The comedy more often than not comes at his own expense, but you can't say he's not trying. He also asks the important questions like, why are there explosions every time they morph? Hold up. Gotta be careful about that next time.
Let's go!
Far, far away, deep in space, to a galaxy you'll go. Power Rangers, Power Rangers, Power Rangers go. Turn on the power for number 8 on our list. Jungle Girl of Miranoi, Maya, Galaxy Yellow or Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. I have a confession to make. While I did watch every season of Power Rangers, I admit I haven't done so until a few years ago. I know, I'm a fake fan. It's my deepest shame. Don't get me wrong, I certainly grew up watching bits and pieces of it and caught different seasons every now and then, but I never actually saw a complete season until a few years ago. All that being said, Lord have mercy. When I first saw Maya during my watch of Lost Galaxy, I internally kicked my younger self for not watching this sooner. I never simped so hard in my life. That's probably a lie, but you get the point. I wouldn't consider Lost Galaxy to be one of my favorite seasons, but Maya was one of the reasons I still found it to be good. Alright, we need to move on before I go galactic.
Let's go!
You already see the drip, so we gotta talk about one of my favorite Red Rangers. Blazing Lion himself, Cole Evans, Wild Force Red Ranger. This is a special one for me because, except for a short while as a child, a Red Ranger has never been one of my favorites. That's not to say they're not great. They obviously are since they're the leaders, but their teammates are equally as amazing, mostly. Now why do I like Cole? For starters, his costume is freaking sick. I sometimes wear it just cuz. I also like his story. He lost his parents, was raised in the jungle, reunites with civilization, and uses his experience to combat the destruction of the planet. And come to find out his greatest villain is the one responsible for the death of his parents? Come on, now that's juicy television. Guardians of the Earth, united we roar! I love it.
Let's go!
Remember how hard I sent from Maya 2 entries back?
Oh, here we go again.
At number 6 is SPD Yellow Ranger, Z Delgado. Now I need some questions answered, darn it. Both Sky and Bridge received promotions, getting new respective colors. But what about Z and Sid? Nothing was mentioned about them, but surely they would have done well enough to receive a promotion as well, right? Are only the red, blue, and green suits promotable? If so, that's not cool. I'd love to see the ladies in some new colors, but I digress. Z knew she wanted to be a part of something bigger than herself, and I got nothing but respect for that. After cleaning up her Robin Hood act, she immediately jumped to the call of being an SPD Ranger, and she was no slouch at it either. If you can outmaneuver and match trained professionals in a fight, you got talent. Now, if she only got a proper promotion to match said talent.
Let's go.
Let's go back in time for a bit to the late 90s, early 2000s, when in my possession was a VHS of Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. As one of my earliest memories of Power Rangers, I can never forget being smitten by entry number 5 on this list. Give a round of applause for Catherine Hillard, Pink Ranger extraordinaire of Mighty Morphin, Zeo, and Turbo. I'm sorry, y'all. I know a lot of people was Team Kimberly. I'm unapologetically Team Cat all the way. And this has nothing to do with their respective relationship with Tommy. No, no, no. Little me, and old me for that matter, just thought Cat could do no wrong. And once I sat down and saw what she actually did in the show, oh, I just fell in love even more, especially with Evil Cat. Do you guys want to know something kind of embarrassing? When I first watched the Turbo movie, I had no idea that Cat, or her actress for that matter, were from Australia. Somehow I didn't even pick up that she had an accent, despite how obvious it was. I was just so dumb. Hopefully I grew out of that.
Let's go.
Taking home 4th place is the Ranger that I can say without a doubt is my favorite Red Ranger. When I eventually do a video on my favorite Red Rangers, I'll explain in more detail. That title used to belong to Cole, but thanks to the events of Cosmic Fury, that all changed. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about the one and only Amelia Jones, Dino Fury Pink and Cosmic Fury Red Ranger. Amelia is quite the character that I did not expect to have one of the most driven storylines. At first she started off as a paranormal obsessed blogger and ghost hunter, but it turns out her hobbies were much more deeply rooted into something more serious, a search for her parents. Things take an even bigger turn when, lo and behold, she's a Ravkonian like Zato and Ion, along with her parents being Void Knight and Void Queen. But what solidified her on this list as one of my favorite Rangers, red or otherwise, was her performance in Cosmic Fury. When everything seemed to be going belly up, Amelia was the one to calmly keep everybody together and took action. It was these actions that led her to be chosen as the Cosmic Fury Red Ranger, and Lord, I wish there were more than 10 episodes. I might need to watch it again.
Let's go.
We're down to the wire now. Who's taking home the bronze medal? Why not be Billy Cranston, CEO of Cranston Technologies and Mighty Morphin Blue Ranger. At some point in my life, these next two have been my favorite Rangers, mostly due to how relatable they were to me. With Billy, I feel like of the original 5, I can relate to him the most. In the beginning, he wasn't so sure of himself, as a person or as a Ranger. One thing I really loved about the early seasons is that they actually showed Billy's growth, symbolized through martial arts. He first joined Jace's karate class as a white belt, and it wasn't until just before he left in Zeo that he earned his black belt. We got to see him grow more confident as a fighter, but also as a leader/mentor. By the time Zeo rolled around, he was the only original Ranger recruited by Zordon, and instead of joining the front lines, he decided to step down and serve as a technical advisor. While he missed being in action as a Ranger, he knew the role he could best serve as. Shout out to the main brain, because the Power Rangers literally couldn't function without him.
Let's go.
Number 2 is another Mighty Morphin OG. I'll let you guys think about who it might be. If you guess Zach Taylor, OG Black Ranger, then you're correct. What can I say? I love fun characters, and Zach is fun incarnate. No matter what you say, you can't say his dance moves aren't contagious. And his return in Once and Always was the highlight of the special to me. Not only do we get to see that his tenure at the Global Peace Conference morphed into him being a congressman, but he also got to brag out the hip-hop keto once more. To be honest, there's not much I can say about Zach, that I just simply love his personality. Oh, and I want that power axe. Of all the power weapons, that's the one I want the most.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, taking the spot of my favorite Ranger of all time comes to us from Angel Grove. He served on multiple teams as a veteran Ranger, donning multiple colors, but best serving as green. He's returned several times over the years to serve as an ally and a mentor figure. Everyone, give it up for my favorite Ranger of all time, Tommy. No, it's Adam. Adam Park. I really got y'all with that one, didn't I? But in all seriousness, I really do think that Adam is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, Power Ranger. He was first introduced in Mighty Morphin just to serve as a replacement for the Black Ranger, but over time, he learned to become a hero that can stand on his own. A while ago, I was asked which fictional character I relate to the most, and my answer was Adam. He's a quiet, reserved individual with a few insecurities, but when it comes down to it, he's no pushover. Of all the Rangers, I like his martial arts style the best, and it even pushed me to start martial arts after 20 years. And let me tell you, it hasn't been easy on these old bones. Well, there you go, everybody. A list of my top 10 favorite Rangers of all time. What did you think of it? A bit unconventional, but that's what makes it so fun. Which Rangers are your favorites? Put them down in the comments down below. I'd love to see who you think is the best. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week for a new video. Bye.